An Israeli ban on dozens of international aid organisations operating in Gaza comes into force on Thursday to coincide with the start of the new year. UN agencies and other international aid groups are urging Israeli authorities to reverse the decision, warning it could undermine crucial life-saving work in the Strip. Israel announced on Tuesday it will revoke the operating licences of 37 aid groups that fail to meet new vetting rules, and it says target Hamas's exploitation of aid. The UN and other international aid groups strongly reject that claim. They say the ban will restrict critical assistance and put humanitarian workers at greater risk. Now, a coalition of 13 Israeli NGOs uniting to promote human rights under the name of the platform has strongly condemned the restrictions. In a joint statement, they said that at a time of critical need in Gaza, these measures further restrict access to life-saving assistance. The deregistration of 37 NGOs undermines humanitarian action, endangers staff and communities, and compromises effective aid delivery. The statement also emphasised that Israel, as the occupying power, has an obligation to provide adequate supplies to Palestinian civilians. It says not only is it failing to fulfil this obligation, but it's also preventing others from filling that gap. Right, well, Hani joins us live now from Gaza City. Hani, you, your family, friends, colleagues, and every single person in Gaza has had such a horrific 2025. Death and destruction absolutely everywhere. But as we start this new year, what are people feeling about the year ahead?
Sarah, discussions and conversations here are centered around this one particular fact, which is survival, stability, the hope that things are going to get better, and the hope that people are staying where they are, even if they are in displacement sites, and not going to be pushed again or have to flee one more time due to the ongoing attacks by the Israeli military. That's what people are talking about. It's not a surprise that people do not talk about recovery and rebuilding, because everything here is about survival. It's a survival mode. And just as the new year starts here, it's at the beginning of a new year for many Palestinians here, the vast majority. It's just another day filled with the struggle, filled with ongoing crises unfolded in the past 2 years. The destruction, the violence, the displacement, the hunger. So as the year starts, people here are still entering this, or they just entered the year now, 2026, and they are still displaced. They're still hungry. They're still struggling on a daily basis to secure basic necessities. So being largely realistic, what people now are focusing on is just survival, nothing else, because 2 years of exhaustion and violence just push people to be trapped here, waiting for relief, but at the same time bracing for what's going to happen next, as the past couple of years have taught them one thing here, that there's nothing certain at all. This 2025 started with a fragile ceasefire, and it ended with a fragile ceasefire, and between all form of violence and horror kept unfolding.
All right, thank you very much, Hani. Mahmoud there in Gaza.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.